liked you better with glasses.
Too bad. I like me better without them.
Hey, pretty fans! Welcome to another episode of the Better with Glasses podcast. I am your host, Vicky Pizzalia, and with me is Casey.
Hey.
And we are here to do the recap episode of episode 10 of 11 of the last season ever of my favorite show, The Summer I Turned Pretty.
Yeah.
And I would dare say your favorite show, too. It's up there. It's up there. It's getting up there by the minute.
Of all time? Not of all time.
Name a show you know better than this one.
There's not a show I know better than this one.
Name
That's
a
for sure.
Name a show that has the same place in your heart as this one.
None.
Yeah.
But that's different. It's like
Oh my gosh. If anyone ever asks you about your first love triangle,
this is certainly my first love
this
triangle.
is your first love triangle. If anyone asks you about your first ship,
Oh yeah.
those are all really big moments in a boy's life.
There's lots of love. I have so much love for the show.
Right.
I have so much love for
Well, that's what I mean. Like, how could it not be your favorite show?
I certainly have a master's degree in The Summer I Turned Pretty. I definitely have. I never spent any more. I mean, I certainly spent more time talking about another show. Never.
Also,
not even close.
Yeah, also keep in okay, maybe it's not your well, I don't know. We'll dissect that in one of our bonus episodes.
There's other worlds that I go to when I need comfort.
Sorry, I'm gonna get my coffee.
Okay, get your coffee. There's other worlds that I like to go to when I need comfort.
Okay. But what's to say but when you say that, that just means rewatchable. So what's to say that this isn't one of those?
Right. I think, there's
I think once time has passed, like 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now, when you just catch me putting on episode 10 last year during the Christmas and holiday season, you're gonna be like, bro. And then when we're watching it, you're gonna be like, you know what we should do? We should go watch that Sufjan Stevens scene.
Yeah, there are some good
Just
vibes. Some good vibe seasons, especially in this episode where like I'm a big ambiance guy. I like those like 11-hour videos on YouTube that are just like really beautiful fall scenes that have like jazz music. I'm that guy.
That was this version of Paris.
Yeah, this episode had a lot more like I don't know if it's called like ASMR or what it is. I think ambiance videos is what I search for on YouTube.
The ambiance is beautiful.
Like, the ambiance is beautiful.
There's also
it's like good music also.
Sometimes we shit on the concept of montage, and whenever I do it, I'm just like, it's just a device in film and TV to give you glimpses but give you no script and move the story along.
Sure.
But we love a good montage on The Summer I Turned Pretty, right? Like the entire Christmas thing, a lot of the Christmas part, the Sufjan Stevens part of that flashback is a montage. The flashback frolic that we always refer to is a montage. And I think that's what you liked. It's just like straight music, maybe a little belly narration, and just like take us through this world and this moment. And there's Christmas and there's Christmas lights. And then there's the city at night. City during the day when Belly is like frantic and the music's frantic is very different as a vibe. But Paris.
Mojo.
So if there were 3 Parises that were filmed, Paris number 1 is the city of Paris, the beauty of being there, kind of breathtaking during the day, and then we get to a seedy like club.
Mickey is jumping right into this.
I know. And then if there's a Paris number 2, the Paris we saw is the Belly finding herself, right? It's like the teeny tiny apartment, but other big apartments with a beautiful view exist. You see kind of it could be anywhere USA is what you always call it. Like the bar that she's working in, the situation.
Paris, right?
Any town, well, it could be any town in New York City.
Right.
It's got that dingy, I'm out here on the streets making it on my own vibes. That could be anywhere. It could be a young actress going out to LA and trying to make it happen,
Yeah,
you know?
it seems more Paris or New York though.
Right. No, no, I gotcha. But then when it flips and you see her finally like letting herself go, letting herself have a good time, she knows she's like not done yet with it. And then she gets to show Taylor around Paris.
Mm.
I do the same thing. Like sometimes we take for granted the town that we live in, but when you have to like invite somebody to it, you're also trying to show off the reasons that you chose it. So you're like,
Yeah.
let's go to this brewery or this winery or isn't the Blue Ridge Mountains nice?
Right, right.
Yeah, so you're
Like
showing them
sales
like
pitch.
these really picturesque places, and that's what flips it. And of course, we get Christmas, and Christmas in Paris is beautiful. And we get Conrad, we'll get to it, but the first letter is like all about French Belly probably does this, and French Belly is that way. So we get to see this like other picturesque version of Belly because she's not out there in depression mode. You know, she's homesick and things aren't perfect to start, but she's not a drag, right? She has glimpses of happy moments and we get to see all those spliced together. Um Paris finale is City of Love. Paris. Yeah?
Is that a statement?
Paris is a city of love.
Okay. Okay.
And that's the version of it that we're going to see. Like cutesy cafe au laits for two.
All right, let me
What,
set the scene now.
what,
You
what,
jumped right in here.
what? No, well, I was just, okay. I'm very excited.
Uh,
It's like 5:30
That's
a.m.
exactly my. I wanted to set the scene for everyone out there. No,
You want to, I thought you wanted to set up more scenes to talk about.
no,
Okay,
no.
you set the scene for the podcast. Ready, set, go. I'm gonna drink coffee, not that I need
Okay,
it.
we. It's super early in the morning, so you YouTube watchers out there are gonna get to see the sun come up in our podcast studio here.
Yay.
It's dark right now. It's like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
But by the time this baby gets going, the sun will come up.
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine I will wake up as this podcast goes on as well. So I will come up with the sun. I am a
Are you wondering
uh,
why I'm so perky
I am a
and jumping
being
right
of the
in?
earth.
Oh my gosh, there's this video of Chris and Lola. I guess he drove her to set that day, like to work, and they get out of the car and they're all bundled up because it must be cold and they have their coffees. And somebody's just like filming, I wouldn't even call it B-roll, but behind the scenes stuff. They're like, "Good morning." And Lola's all chipper. And she's like, "Hey guys, good morning." And she's like doing her like Instagram
Mhm.
voice. And they pan to Chris and he's just got his coffee like this and he goes, "I only make sounds before 9 a.m."
I don't make sounds. I only make
I
sounds.
only make sounds before 9 a.m. And she kind of looks at him like, "What are you talking about?" And she's like, "Oh, just like grunting." And he's like,
Yeah.
anyway,
I
you're
am
not that bad,
I'm
but
obnoxious in the morning of how chipper I am when I go to the office. Everyone's like, "Where do you get all your energy from?" But I feel
oh, I
like
thought you meant obnoxious, like not awake yet. But you're like ready to
no, yeah,
go.
I'm
Yeah.
obnoxiously positive every time I come to the office.
Yeah.
But that requires
A ramp up
a
period.
ramp up period, and it requires, I think the shower is what like gets me awake every morning.
Yeah.
You know, like the shower and the get ready and the music and the meditation and um brushing your teeth and the what else? What else is it good? Oh, spritzing yourself with nice smelling stuff, putting your watch on, doing your
Your
chores.
slutty little watch.
Yeah, I don't have my slutty watch on today. We found our Fitbits, so I'm having
A Fitbit moment.
a Fitbit moment right now. But
You changed out of your Jer outfit.
what's
Hood
my Jira outfit?
hood up in
Oh, hood
Jer.
up. Yeah, no hat. I need to get those glasses though.
Yeah, I have those
You
glasses.
do have those glasses.
Anyway, um,
All right.
yeah, a lot of you guys are like, "Hey, are you guys excited that you'll get back to a regular sleep
Oh,
schedule?"
that's what I wanted to talk about. Yes. Casey, very excited about that because 2 nights ago, didn't sleep for shit because we had to get up at 3. So I probably got like 2.5 hours of sleep. last night,
Sorry.
nights ago.
It's not your favorite show.
So last night we tried to go to sleep extra early because we had to get up early
Sure.
to record the show. So last night I feel like I'm got closer to like 6 or 7 hours, but it's still like I'll need one more night to make up for the no sleep on Tuesday.
Sure.
You know, because you got to get like two really good nights to make up for one bad night. That's how I feel.
Of course, I set you up because I have the opposite reaction.
What do you feel like?
Well, obviously, waking up at 3 a.m. sounds really insane, but waking up to watch a new episode of The Summer I Turned Pretty, like, I was pretty much awake immediately.
Yeah.
There were zero times where I had trouble waking up.
No, that's I neither did I.
And
I didn't have any trouble.
yeah, and then
I liked going back to sleep after one watch.
yeah, I would always do two watches and maybe catch like an hour. Now, where I'm going with that is the reason I'm so chipper is because I love this episode. So, last time the pretties really liked it when we just kind of like did a little riff on the entire episode to start the episode. So, let me just say, I loved the episode. You?
Oh yeah.
I think it goes down in history as one of the best. And season three has given me so far a lot of one of the bests of the series. To the point where I'm like, I don't really know how season two can compete. Like, season two was a lot of back and forth, and Belly being very sad and very guilty, and a lot of Conrad having completely unreciprocated feelings, and a lot of cringy Jeremiah, right? And so season three, the Conrad episode, which was as long as this one I thought was
This one was the monster.
this one was a monster. This one was very well done. And then
17 minutes.
obviously the day of the wedding episode was fantastic. So,
Nothing can rock with season one though, in my opinion.
in your opinion, mm, there, I like watching them grow up. So maybe that's why I'm a big fan of the last episode, this one that we're talking about, because yeah, Benito gave Cam Cameron vibes, but like older, mature. Like just if you go back, they are just so young. They're so young. It's kind of like Stranger Things. It kind of depends on what you're looking for. I love season one of Stranger Things because I like the awkwardness of all those kids figuring out who they are, and they're still like the adventure group.
Yeah.
Like they're playing Dungeons and Dragons and like kids, and then they get sucked into the real world a bit. By the time we get to the last season, they're very gritty. They're very dark. Like Eleven's come into her power. She's not just like this waffle eating, like doesn't know how to talk or interact with the world.
Sure.
So yeah, obviously I love it all. So the episode was called Last Year, which
That homegirl on our podcast,
on our
Instagram
live,
Live,
yeah,
she said it, and it was like, that's the gonna be the one.
right.
So it was like
Yeah, so that's
alley oop, bam, 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 and homegirl
so
got it right.
let me do a proper recognition here. So her name is Brandy.
Brandy.
Her tag is Felicity because she's a big fan of the show Felicity, and that's like a fan page
I think they made a
dedicated
podcast recently about it on my favorite website, The
of
Ringer.
Felicity. Yeah.
The Ringer made a podcast about Felicity, so I'm sure Felicity knows that. But
Yeah.
Brandy, my first dog's name.
Oh,
Yeah,
with a
Brandy.
Y or with an I?
With a Y.
I believe she's with an I.
Brand.
Yeah.
So we were with a Y, but
Yeah. Um,
Brandy girl,
and then let's just do a really quick
rest in
shout out to
peace.
Nancy.
Nancy
Nancy,
Pansy.
who came up with a dope idea and helped us get our music back.
Oh, yes.
So y'all are enjoying the intro music and the introduction again because of Nancy.
Nancy Pansy gave me some great ideas, and we got in the lab and started rebuilding.
Figured it
Hang on
out.
1 second.
We're back.
I just caught our girls going to do bad stuff, and I
They
caught
let
her red-handed.
We have these baby gates up, but not the ones that latch to the walls,
Yeah.
and they always sneak
Get their little
upstairs.
nose in there and move it over, and I heard it move, and our big girl Shay was just like sneaking upstairs, and she was going to do bad stuff, and I caught her halfway, and
Now she's back.
now she's back.
Yeah,
But we always wonder, like, I wonder who moves the gate and who goes up there and does the bad thing.
right.
And does somebody move it for the other one? Are they working as a team?
Yeah.
I think Shay was working by herself. That big head of hers.
Yeah,
Love you, Shay.
she doesn't know how to use her paws effectively, but she has this big nose and snout, so she just like pokes it in places and sees if she can budge something.
Our cat, on the other hand, she uses her paws. She can open any door.
Oh, she can twist a door handle.
Yeah, she's crazy.
Anyway, cat people out there, what up? Okay. Oh, Belly's a cat person. Mochi died. Poor Mochi.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'll let you rock now.
All right. So it is called Last Year. And the reason that it's called Last Year is because we were right. We got teased with some Taylor coming to Paris.
Because the Fisher Boys are so last year, like, hello, get a new purse.
Exactly. Exactly. So we didn't know, and some of us were fearful. I was not, that we would get the New Year's Eve when Taylor comes. We absolutely got that. We were kind of wondering whether or not it was going to be the same year or like a jump forward into a future year. It was the same year, and now it makes sense why, right? Like the whole let's put this year behind us. It was not a good year, right, for Belly. So let's put that year behind us and move forward. So as usual, great episode title if you know the actual plot. So good job to the Summer I Turned Pretty.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get started. We're going to go scene by scene.
I got so many thoughts on this episode.
We're going to break it all down.
Starting to wake up.
Now, the scenes are quick and fast, a lot of them. So we may not go as deep on some of them. But we're not going to leave out any of the big scenes and be able to go deep on that. So I usually count them up so I can get an idea of how long it'll take. The scenes are long, actually, because usually I write down somewhere in between 30 to 35 scenes. This one has 25.
Yeah.
So they flow together pretty nicely.
I will admit that on my like second and a half rewatch,
Yeah.
there were two scenes specifically that I fast forwarded through, and I'll let you know when we get there.
He'll let you guys know. I think it's very evident based on what you fast forward to that you too love the same characters that I love.
I think I know where it's almost subliminal how because I noticed that afterward, and I was like,
And
that's
where
interesting that I didn't really.
where you pause also on
Oh well,
rewatch.
that was a little bit psychotic of me, but
Yeah, but you also paused during the first letter because you wanted to like pause it on the letter and like read it.
I wanted to read the letter and see what was actually in it.
Casey's Team Conrad.
Shut up.
Okay. Oh, you sounded like Conrad to Agnes. Shut up. But really, should I go? Okay.
That was a good scene.
That was a great scene. Okay. All right. So it starts off. Oh, it starts off with. It starts off in Paris,
Phone
and
call.
it starts off with a phone call, and it's, oh, I'm not going to be home for Thanksgiving, and I might not be home for Christmas.
So time jump, time jump, time jump.
Yes, but just to fall, right? So just to Thanksgiving, and Belly is in the kitchen making stuffing.
I don't want to be rude, but that's rude.
What?
It's that kitchen is so small.
To be
To make a
cooking.
kitchen to be making stuffing at 6 a.m. or whatever. It was I'm like, Belly, what are you doing right now? And like you could tell that I feel a little bit better because I think she's paying rent. So
Obviously,
it's not like
she's paying
it's not
rent.
like she's like, this is an Adam Fisher's house situation. But
Or
I'm like,
they're crashing
yeah.
on the couch at Steven's
But I'm
place.
like, girl,
It,
what are you doing?
yeah, but it does what it needs to do, which is like, you've been in this situation. Well, I don't know if you have been. You're pretty gregarious and like talking to people. I don't like talking to people. So when I live with roommates that I don't vibe with, like I just have to share a space in a house, I do things. I literally time everything so I don't have to interact with anyone.
Yeah.
So like if I were to do something for myself, I'd be like, yeah, I am gonna wake up early. I'm gonna try to be quiet, but I'm gonna do it when no one else is
I
around.
lived in a shared space for 2 months,
Yeah.
and it was like
I mean, other than college
we
and
had
stuff.
rented well, that was a shared space with my friends.
Yeah,
I
right.
lived in a shared space with strangers
Oh,
for
okay.
2 months.
Okay.
So we rented a condo, and I had a room in the condo, but there was like the kitchen and the living room was all shared space.
Hmm.
Spent zero time in
The common area?
the common area.
No, that's the same.
Zero time.
Same, right? So I don't think her waking up is trying to be rude unless she's like out there making a
No,
lot
the
of
making
noise.
the stuffing, waking up early, whatever is fine, but making
It's still part of her dwelling. She's just the point of the scene is that she's homesick.
I think that is true, and I will say that you get the full spectrum of Belly in this 10-minute scene. Right?
She,
She's being a little bit I don't know what the right word is, but
well,
it's Belly's got a track record of doing these kinds of things. Of like
yeah,
just like not necessarily worrying about
other people.
considering other people.
Yeah,
Um, but at the same time, she has this language barrier that she's like building in her a couple months now.
yeah,
So she's like talking to herself almost,
yeah.
and it's really funny. So you get like
It's so
super funny
cute.
Belly and cute, and like this girl.
Yeah. But that's the cool nuance of it is she's in Paris and she studied Paris and oh, sorry to the pretties where I butchered the French language. I did study French for damn near 6 years, but I haven't actually spoken it in 15 years.
As we see from
Belly.
Belly pants,
Exactly.
it doesn't matter. You can
It
be
right, it doesn't
entrenched in it, and people still don't.
people still know
Yeah.
that you don't have the accent down because you're not submerged in it all the time. So that's what she's going through. And I do think that it's cute. It's because she's talking to Laurel about their Thanksgiving. And she obviously heard that Steven is throwing Friendsgiving for him and Taylor, and they're hosting friends, and Jeremiah is going to be
She
there.
said she couldn't find Stofers, which like
Bro,
honestly, the Stofers would have been normal. Doing it, ripping apart of
it's because she's trying to copy what she remembers Jer did. And like you see that Jer cooks a lot and Jer tries to involve other people in his cooking, like Taylor in this episode. And so Belly must have been like around or sous chefing Jer and she's just like, can I recreate this? The best part of that, there's two best parts. The chair filler. She's trying to
oh
say the
yeah,
word stuffing and it translates as
chair
chair
filler.
filler.
This is great.
And it must be because she gets the pronunciation just a little bit off that the thing changes or because he so doesn't
No,
understand what stuffing is.
but like the stuffing
No,
of a
I know, I
pillow.
know, I know,
Okay,
I know. But I'm saying it's because it's translated from how the guy hears it because he doesn't understand what stuffing is,
right.
you know? It's like when people say breading or no, is it breading or pudding? There are other ways to say the word stuffing. Dressing, dressing.
Dressing. Yeah,
Yeah.
dressing.
And when I was younger and people would say dressing, I'd be like dressing like salad dressing because I didn't know that there was another word for stuffing. Anyway, there's a language barrier there. It's funny. The guy comes out and he has his mini like French press. So,
This will come back into play later in the episode.
yeah, like so, you're in Italy and they have these big ass like espresso machines and when you're at home, there's a communal pot of coffee. When you're living at Adam's house, there's the coffee maker that kicks on in the morning. And like these people just have they're in an independent they're independently living in a communal dwelling space. So it's normal for you to have your own hot plate maybe or for you to have your own French press, especially cuz it's France. And she gets a cup and she like puts it out like he's gonna serve her some of his coffee and no, sorry, Belly.
He's like, oh no, I guess not, or whatever she says.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
funny.
no, he says like pas problem or no problem or something like that. And she's like, I did not understand any of that.
Yeah, that was funny. She's having these conversations
The,
with herself.
the other thing is like, what is she doing to the bread?
Right.
It's a French baguette, so like they're kind of like mortified that
And
she's
they're like,
tearing it
oh,
up
she,
into little shreds.
and they have Yeah, their issue with the Thanksgiving holiday as it is.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Hang on.
yeah.
Shout out to any fans of Mindhunter out there.
Oh gosh.
Famous Netflix show,
Yeah.
first season and some second season.
By the way, it's about serial
Serial
killers.
killers, yeah. But there's a famous character in Mindhunter, Ed Kemper. That dude
Dead ringer.
looks just like him.
Yeah.
The fat guy walking around in the robe with the glasses.
Her roommate.
Her roommate looks like the Ed Kemper character in Mindhunter.
Yes, he does.
Okay.
Okay. Then we get the unhappy homesick montage. And our first Taylor Swift song of the episode plays, which is I Can Do It With a Broken Heart.
Okay.
So, so you get her kind of walking around Paris. You get her at her job, the cinema. So we find out that she is mostly doing classes online
Yep.
and working like two-ish jobs that are kind of crummy. Because I mean, when I say crummy, she's like working in food service and at a local cinema.
Yeah.
And then you get she goes into the bakery. So they release this like I guess extra thing where Lola is picking between French things and she keeps saying like pain au chocolat, which is a chocolate croissant. So she goes into this bakery and she said, "Oh, I do this, by the way, guys." Like she says, "I always practice what I'm going to say in my head every time before I say it." And then she goes in and she very proudly says what she wants to order. And she goes, "But it doesn't matter because she always answers me in English."
Which is sad, but I've never had this experience. So,
Yeah, I think and correct me if I'm wrong.
mhm.
Have you ever been to a foreign country before?
No.
Right.
Puerto Rico, different language speaking,
Yeah.
but
But
no,
yeah, and you don't come from a
I don't pride
you
myself
also don't come
on,
from a multicultural background.
right. I don't pride myself on being a multilingual
Right.
speaker.
So, where I do that is I'm Vietnamese and I grew up not knowing how to really speak like I know how to speak Vietnamese, but like probably at like a kindergarten reading level. So, I do that same thing. So like if I know I'm going to see my parents' friends or if I know I'm going somewhere where I can order in Vietnamese, like I practice a little bit.
Hmm.
Yeah. Because some words just like slip because I don't speak Vietnamese. I mean, even with my parents, I don't speak Vietnamese anymore.
Right. I
So,
understand that. When I speak, so I speak furniture Spanish because I worked in the furniture industry for so long, and a lot of the people I would work with would be Spanish. So I know like probably 100 words.
yeah.
Most of them have to do with furniture. And if I start speaking to a customer
Mm-hmm.
in just a little bit of it,
Mm-hmm.
then you crack that door open
Yes.
and they kick it down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I'm lost now. I'm in too deep.
Right.
Let me get my translate on.
Right. But there is a tendency when you're in a foreign country and people know that you're American, I think they do appreciate the try, but they know that they can't go full on in
Hmm.
conversation with you, probably based on your accent or your confidence or there's some kind of vibe. And Belly is putting off the fish out of water, you're an American vibe. So then she's also working as a bartender and she's getting the gin versus the vodka confused in a French 70, 75, 76, French 70.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way they're letting this girl pour drinks if she don't know the language. But I'm gonna move past that.
If she's only pouring the drinks, it might be
I think
okay.
she's like a bar back.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. So then we can go through the scene very quickly, but then we get an actual scene. So now we have her and her friends. Apparently, one of the other friends works at this place, which is how she got this job. So they're all just kind of hanging in the front, and
Yeah.
she brought the stuffing. She's like, "You guys didn't try the stuffing yet," and they're all coming up with excuses not to eat it. And she's like, "Yeah, my ex made it last year.
Like
It
really
was
good.
good.
And she tries one. She's like, it's really good last year.
It was really good last year."
So funny. Let me make a grand statement about these friends.
Okay.
The friends are way less involved than I would have imagined.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're not. They are like pretty surface level, and maybe that comes with the language barrier. But even a year in, I'm like, they don't give us a lot.
Well, yeah, but we don't
We don't
need.
need a lot
Yeah.
also, but
We just need to know that she's not alone and that when she throws a party, they'll come and bring
yeah.
people.
But like, do we even know any names?
Yeah.
Shoot.
Um, uh, Gemma
Okay, Gemma, there was one. Okay, I'll give you that one. But they don't like, there's not a lot of character study on what's going on with these
and
people.
Celine. I forget
Benito.
and Benito. I forget Gemma's girlfriend's name, but
Friends way less involved than
yeah, yeah,
you
right,
would have imagined from that trailer. This is my the
right,
expectation I got from the trailer.
yeah. But I love what Belly says there because she has a goal in Paris. Like when we last saw her, she was just fleeing the scene and trying to get to school, and it was like her one last thing.
Right.
But now she has goals. Like she tells them, even though she's homesick, she's like, I'm not ready to leave yet because she said, I haven't seen enough, changed enough, or learned enough
It
yet.
reminds me of going to therapy.
Oh,
It's like, hey, we've been doing this for 3 months.
but I
Like,
haven't gotten what I
I haven't
wanted.
gotten what I need from it yet. And you're like, okay, is this the right, am I in the right therapy relationship? Are we doing the right stuff to like,
Mm,
you know? So that's what it reminded me of.
yeah. But there's a part of her too that knows that she has to try and that like time heals all wounds and there's a part of that. Like your first 3 months living in a foreign country like that may as well be a vacation. You know, you're not really ingrained yet. You're not really like, because there's always an out at 3 months. Like when you sign a 1 year lease or like there's these like bigger swings. But right now she's not there yet. And they're all telling her to go home for Christmas. And
She won't come back
yeah, right.
because I wouldn't.
That's what she says. She's like, no, it's too easy to like run away.
I'm with
But
Billy on that one.
at least she's self-aware. She's like, based on my feelings right now, like I would not come back, and I'm not done yet. And I'm like, I just love that for Belly.
Yeah.
I like the realism of it, and I like her self-awareness and the fact that she is like stating her goals out loud.
Yeah. When I was 22, maybe, and I was living in the city,
Yeah.
the first chance I had to, like, I was probably there 7 months, and like the first, like, reasonable excuse that I had to get the fuck out of there, I did. I took it.
Yeah.
And had I pushed through, my life wouldn't have fell the way it did, so I wouldn't change anything.
Yeah.
But I certainly could have made New York City work,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. I
I'm
mean,
happy I didn't.
when I was a young adult, I was working around the clock. I had a lot of friends. I enjoyed my life. I was living in a studio apartment because I don't do the roommate thing. And facts. And like still kind of like right out of college, I was still like partying Friday night, Saturday night, but like Sunday, especially during the fall, I would get up early in the morning on Sunday and straight just like drive to my parents' house because I wanted my mom to cook for me. I wanted to somebody else to do the dishes. I wanted to bring my laundry there so I could use the good the good washer dryer and like just sit there and watch football with my family. And like I brought my laptop and I did work. And I did that for a long time to the point where I was like questioning myself, like, do my parents like this too much?
Right.
You know what I mean? I eventually was like, and now we don't see them very
I
often.
spoiled the shit out of my parents for a
That's
long time.
that's what I
I
mean. Yeah.
lived I lived in an apartment, but like literally 2 roads over, and I would see them every day.
Right, exactly. So anyway, I just
Hey,
say
hon,
I yeah.
did you show off your sweatshirt?
I didn't yet. Well, I mean, obviously I've been wearing it this whole time, but yeah, I got the
It's really nice. It's probably the
yeah,
best thing that they've ever done.
I got the entire sweatsuit and it says l'été toujours, which is either translated to always summer or summer always because it's summer first, or summer forever. And I've looked it up and there's like a bunch of different ways that you can translate it. So something of that effect, and it's because it's like sweatpants and a sweatshirt because it's getting into fall, so you can kind of celebrate the summer I turned pretty in the fall season, which is what I love, and it's really comfortable, really cute, not too heavy,
Mine
and I
says
love it
Prescott
for Dak
for
Prescott.
Dak. Shout out Lauren,
Shout out Lauren.
our Cowboys friend.
What's up, Lauren?
So if we have a child, we have some names picked out. Prescott could be involved as the name. Conrad could be involved as a name. Harper could be involved as a name if it's a girl or a boy. I like Harper either way. Harper, Prescott, Conrad. What are some other favorites of ours?
You have always liked Anthony.
Well, yes,
I've liked Landon. You like Conrad as a name better than Landon.
right. I do like Prescott though too.
Oh, I mean, I like it. Yeah.
Anyway,
Conrad Prescott?
Conrad Prescott's a cool name. Azalea.
Conrad Prescott.
CPP.
Conrad Prescott Fazalia would be
Does sound good.
fire. Okay.
Anywho,
Anywho.
keep you guys updated.
Yeah. So then we get a FaceTime from Taylor. So Belly's in the communal living space at her apartment and she's FaceTiming Taylor. She's taking a break from the Friendsgiving. And you said that you didn't think that this was a very strong episode for Steven. I would agree, but do you want to go on that right now?
He looked different, first of all. I don't know what about it.
I think his hair is just different.
His hair's different. But,
It was more fluffy. Maybe that's just what Steven looks like when he's not at
yes. Or he's in his happy era now, so he's not like doing it up.
work. Okay.
He's not like flexing.
Yeah, maybe.
He's like, because him and Taylor is her at her peak. She's like the best Taylor I've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah, no moody girl stuff.
Right. Super happy. Like it seemed like a decision like even that she might have gotten from a director or Jenny, like, hey, play Taylor
This way.
this way. Like as if you are on the top of the world right now.
Right.
Because that's how she's playing it.
Yeah.
She's not like there's no wishy-washiness.
Yeah. Right.
And Steven, I think Steven is just I wanted him and Conrad to like
Have a bigger
moment.
We'll
That
talk
didn't
about it.
happen. And it's just like a small Steven episode. Like
Yeah.
so he had a couple
This right here is his comedic moment, right? So like he comes in, he's like, "All right, we got 5 minutes, Jewel.
I think
Take your top off, leave the skirt on." And then Belly is like, "Put
I'm on the
your
phone with
fucking-"
your sister.
Yeah, right. Put a fucking shirt on, Steven. I'm traumatized. And then he tries to play it off. He's like, "Oh, hey, Belly. We're just having Friendsgiving."
No, no. The outside the stuff in the kitchen is way funnier that Steven does. The Steven Taylor
Well, I got
banter,
it.
like,
I
are you
feel
kicking me out? Yes.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Or
yeah.
like,
Yeah, we'll get
oh,
there.
the
Okay.
doorbell's ringing. I'm gonna go get that now.
Okay. Okay, fair
Steven has
enough.
some
Okay.
funny shit in the kitchen.
Okay, fair enough. The Belly and Taylor, the line that we like the most is she's like, "Yeah, we had coffee this morning."
That is so
She's
funny.
like, we had coffee." I'm like, Belly, I don't think you guys had coffee this
She did
morning.
not have coffee this morning, but it's just your heart kind of breaks for Belly there, right?
Yeah.
She's selling it to her friend.
Right,
No.
right. Now, that said, she invites Taylor to come for New Year's Eve, and Taylor just simply cannot refuse. So then we get Taylor coming back into the main room in Steven's apartment where they have all their friends around, and Jer is hardcore making out in front of everyone
Which is
in the
weird.
kitchen, which is weird to begin with this girl. And the curly long hair kind of
So
is
Denise-
akin to Denise. Yeah. So that's been a theory for a while now. So I think everyone was supposed to think that it was Denise. It was not. It was some girl. And then I don't think that they made Jer out to be like a cheater again. So I think the guy who walks in is probably like the ex-boyfriend of that girl or something.
It's a fucking weird situation.
Because there's a little mini blow up there. And of course, then it prompts Steven and Taylor to be like, Jer, can you process your emotions a different way and without my coworker and my friend involved?
So this whole 3 minutes, even though there's lots of funniness and like Adam comes and
Yeah.
they hit warp speed on some contrived plot points here. And I would say it's probably one of the most forced scenes that I've seen from The Summer I Turned Pretty.
Forced in terms of the writing.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
like
Like
you
what
got him
parts?
making out in the kitchen, which is like crazy. Blow up. They're showing, not telling.
Yeah, right.
Where it's like he's not processing his emotions this way.
Yeah.
He's still being destructive and he's a deadbeat.
Yeah.
And now he goes from, they're basically taking Jer from the worst to redemptive here
Yeah.
because he's gonna have nothing. We're
Right.
taking his money away.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a house. He's not going to college. So he's like tearing everything away from
Yeah.
Jer.
But what makes it funny is that he is trying to get better, feel better in all the wrong ways, and you get to see that how he's been processing it is not the way that we know a person should, but he's trying to like deal. But he's jealous, right? He's like, "Oh, you talked to Belly," and she's like, yeah." She says hi, by the way. And then he gets all grumpy. And then he was just making out with their friend, and then they lost two friends from the Friendsgiving. And then Steven and Taylor are being cute and kissing, and he says, "Get a room." And Steven goes, "These are all my rooms."
And I thought like
And I thought you were
he could surf out at some point, which was funny.
It's funny. The best part is when Steven opens the door in Sydney's and she is trying to be like prep him for what's about to happen because I think he's about to talk to her about leaving
Breaker, yeah.
Breaker. And then she's like, "Look who I found, our boss, Adam."
Yeah.
Adam is so funny. He's so funny here. And not in a way where I hate him anymore. He just like comes in.
Adam's got a full redemption.
I thought you were going to Kaylee's parents. Yeah, she's there. I'm here.
Adam and Kaylee break up.
And you brought champagne from my wedding.
There's so much happening here. So for everyone out there who was like, "Oh, we're filler. This is such a slow blah blah blah." They fucking hit warp speed on this one.
Yeah. And we find out that like Jeremiah is living in a little bit of shame and also like fear. It's the whole not wanting to step on a crack thing. He brings it up to Adam. I actually like that Jer is able to explain himself. I don't think it's a good explanation, and I think that his dad was right to cut him off, but he's giving all the reasons why he lied about everything, right? So like he didn't tell Redbird that he was technically back in school and not working anymore because he didn't want to go back there. He has been sleeping on Steven's couch because he doesn't want to go back to Finch. He has been taking classes online, which is the reason he told his dad he wasn't taking the job, but he probably gave his dad some story about like, "No, I think it's really important for me to be back at college," and he's not. He's still doing online classes, which he could have very well done and been making money.
Right.
So it's the decision in Adam's mind to not really, again, process everything that happened in an adult way, right? He's just kind of like hiding out. So
I liked the scene.
I
It's
like the
super
scene.
rewatchable, but it's just like in storytelling perspective, I'm like, we really had a lot of
Right. Now,
forced things here.
all that being said, it's Adam is finally being a dad. Like he's finally stepping up and being a dad. Nothing that Adam did in that scene is out of bounds
I'm not gonna.
for a father. Like fathers cutting their kid off happens all the time in real world and show world and movie world. So like that's not him being like a shitty person.
And of all the situations, I think it's called for
Right. Right.
because if we look at where Jer is by the end of the episode,
Yeah.
may have saved his life.
Yeah. So then Jared goes back into the kitchen. He's kind of like coming down from his dad calling him a
Ooh,
deadbeat.
can I also say that they're really planting throughout the beginning of this episode,
Yeah.
they're planting all these seeds for Jer's cooking
Oh yeah.
prowess.
Right.
The
Right.
stuffing, whatever he's doing at
Yeah.
the Thanksgiving dinner, carrots later. They're like really ramping this up, and we obviously see where that's going. I said years ago that Jared might start a coffee company.
Something like that. Yeah.
Not too far off.
Yeah. Well, okay. Do you give him any grace now on the belly? Cacao is the bean, and that he wanted the bitterness of the dark chocolate to go with the sourness of the raspberry coulis.
I mean, yes.
We all get
Surprising.
we all get one thing, and that was his one thing. Like,
I mean, when you know the entire plot,
Yeah.
it probably doesn't seem like such an extreme measure when you're inserting that, right?
Yeah.
Like from Jenny's perspective,
Yeah.
because if you know where Jer's going, it fits his character.
Right.
But
Because he,
it was jarring for the audience because we didn't know his
right.
psychotic love for all things
Food.
recipe and whatever.
Well, again, because he does a little bit of the same thing with Taylor and the ricer versus like the hand mixer. He's like, "What did
Yes.
you use? I told you to use this, and now you didn't use that, and now it's like it's sticky."
Yeah.
And she's like, "I don't care." She does the same thing Bailey and Conrad did with the cake. He's like, "I don't care. If you want it, pay for it. If you want it, do it yourself." But it is, he has this like culinary thing that he likes, and I that's super believable, and I think that's the perfect job for him. And I think that he will go through a lot of learning in a kitchen because you don't just waltz in because you watch some YouTube videos and get to be a chef, Jeremiah. So he's gonna have to, like in the restaurant industry, he's like, I'm basically a glorified
Busboy.
busboy, which is where you start out. And then he's like, my dad's not gonna be happy to hear that I've been chopping onions all day. I'm like, yeah, you sous chef it. You have to learn underneath someone else, and you have to aspire to something,
Right.
and then you have to get promoted. So,
But this whole thing is basically a deadbeat intervention and
yes,
cuts Jeremiah off.
surprised that he just so boldly was like, Denise, can I stay with you? And she acquiesces to it. Like she must be like pretty ingrained now in
Yeah.
the friend
Yep, yep.
group, and they must have like a good vibe at work, is how I'm feeling about it. Um, and then Taylor drops like a, yeah, the only good thing about it is that he does cook, and sometimes he does it in his boxers. She's like, that's a plus. And Steven's kind of like, oh, Taylor. So then we have cohabitating with John and Conrad calling Laurel. Can I just say, because I don't know where this rumor started, it must be on TikTok or something, because everybody's hitting me up. So I'm just going to answer it for the crowd. Do I think that they're going to kill off John? Do I think that his heartburn is part of a bigger problem health wise? No. I honestly do not believe that. But, and I'm going to say this without sounding harsh, even if it did, and they had to kill off John in some way in the finale, they kill off characters all the time in finales. I don't care. I don't care at this point. If it happens,
If it happened, it would have happened in episode 10.
but yeah,
Also.
but if it happened, it made sense for the story. And I do agree that if it happened, it would be part of the overall cliffhanger.
They are not going to kill someone in the finale and let us have to live with that in the finale.
Yeah.
Not going to happen.
Especially Jenny being like, I want
This
to
is
end
a
with
happy
hope.
show.
Yeah, I want to end with hope.
This is the final episode of the series. They're not going to do that.
Yeah. No, what I do think that the whole heartburn thing was trying to show is they are really living together. It's like there's a difference between
I don't
like
even know if heartburn is a prerequisite for heart attacks.
right. No,
It's like he ate some fucking radish.
I know. But you see what I'm saying? Like you can tell that they're actually living together because they're not having disputes, but they're having like it's not like dreamy, hey, like let's run away and have sex and like it's not that. They're living together. So like where's the heart like heartburn is like not sexy. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like I have heartburn, where's the medicine?
Move.
Yeah, she's like, move. And she's like, I told you where it was. And he's like, I didn't see it. Happens all the time. Married relationships, like, I told you it was over there. It wasn't over there. I'm like, I went and checked and it was over there. It's not an argument. It's just a thing. He makes the mashed potatoes and she's like, it needs salt. Later on, when she's talking to Conrad, he's like asking her where something else is. And she's like, just look. They're living together.
And
It's
it
great.
also shows like they were there
Hmm.
and then they're also a cousins. So they're like
Yeah, they're an item.
they're an item. Yeah.
Yeah, they're an item. So then we get Conrad calling. And what I like about the Conrad call is number one, you can tell that he and Laurel talk regularly, even before all this summer stuff. But he's calling to check in because he got an invite to Christmas and Cousins, where
Yeah.
everyone's going to be there. And he wanted to double check that Jer was okay with it. So he must have been like, Laurel, you can count on me being there, but only if you promise me you'll talk to Jer. Like, talk to Jer, make sure he knows that I'm coming. I don't want to be a surprise. And I just wrote down Conrad effort. Um, okay, but the most important part of Conrad reaching out is that he asks for permission, right? So he says to Laurel, like, he's like, have you heard from Belly? Is she going to be there? Laurel's the one that breaks the news to him. I don't think she's coming for Christmas, and she asked for me to send more of her clothes.
Yeah, I was surprised. I thought Laurel would be like, "Hey, fucking shark, leave her alone.
What?
Like she's doing her thing over there. Like let her be."
Well, no, he's just asking if she's going to be at Christmas.
But no, because he asked if he should reach out to her.
Well, no, we're getting there. So he says, I've been thinking about reaching out, and he's asking for advice.
But it's also her daughter,
So, precious little daughter?
precious little daughter.
No, but what's wrong with reaching out?
Fuck her head up more. Which
Sure.
essentially it does, but it also forces her into like
Decision time.
warp speed. So like,
But that's
let her get there on her own.
no, but that's what Laurel is saying. So Laurel is like, yeah, it's a risk, but it's a risk that you just have to take. Like she basically said, I don't want to speak for Belly,
Yeah,
and I don't think that you should
just
speak.
yes.
Well, no, he said, yeah, I don't want you to second guess this either. Like the problem between Belly and Conrad is that they always walk on eggshells because they're so afraid of ruining it or what the outcome could look like. And I think both of them are afraid of getting the answer no
Hmm.
and really dealing with it. And Laurel encourages Conrad to be like, keep me and the family the fuck out of this. Like, if you want to reach out to her, do it. If she doesn't write you back or she tells you to fuck off, then leave her alone.
Right.
If she is happy to hear from you, then you have your answer. Like sometimes you just have to take a leap of faith. And that's what Laurel is encouraging.
I
She's
do
like,
like the letter writing motif is the best way to
it is
reach
the
out.
best way.
It's the it's like the most impersonal, but also very like it's just the first little baby step that can be taken.
Yeah.
You know?
And he knows that because remember, this is the Conrad Fisher who has been texting everyone. So this is where he's different. He's making an effort to come to the East Coast. He's been texting everyone. You see the long string of text messages that he's been sending Jer, even though he doesn't get a response. He's still trying. He's like, "Happy birthday, Jer. Happy Thanksgiving, Jer. See you at Christmas, Jer." Like there's just like that. And apparently Steven doesn't really text him back that much either.
Yeah. Guilty conscience here.
Yeah, so he gets left on red a lot, and he's just kind of afraid that the same thing's gonna happen with Belly, and he wants to be respectful of the situation. He's checking in with her mom. Like, I think that's okay. And then he sits down. He got my therapist says I should take risks. Laurel's like, do whatever the fuck you want, kid. And he sits down and he can't concentrate on studying, and he pulls out the Polaroid. We were just waiting for the Polaroid to come back. You just don't do something like that, Jenny Han, and not bring it back. So you were kind of wondering about it. We've been waiting. We, the fan base, we, the Conrad.
I have not been waiting for this
No,
Polaroid.
I know. That's why I'm looking at you as I'm saying this. We, the crazy Conradians, ooh, hashtag crazy Conradians, have been waiting. We know he kept that Polaroid. And he has kept it, not in his wallet, but he has kept it in his little drawer there. And he goes and he looks at it and then he flips a page and we're like, oh shit, we are writing a letter now.
Yellow legal pad.
And all I really wanted, which is what we got, was Chris Briney reading the letters because he doesn't. Even in the audiobook, they don't narrate. That's why we decided to do it. And then
Copyright
we
strike.
got a copyright strike on YouTube.
Yep.
But we decided to read them from a male POV. So we had Casey read them. And yeah, so Chris actually doing the voiceover, reading the letter is great. You see Belly's look of kind of like shock as she gets the letter. And I mean, y'all can say what you want about Belly and her feelings for Conrad. The feelings are still there. Every time she gets a letter from Conrad, she like sets it aside and then she like reads it. It's like she sets herself up in like a nice cute space to read it. Like she's reading it on her bed. She's like sitting crisscross applesauce in her jammies like at night with her little lamp on and she's like reading the letter. She makes a point of it. So, Um, the letter is different in that it starts out the same way. Like, I don't know if I should even be doing this. Feel free to tell me to stop. But what I like about this letter that the books didn't have is that he's like, the whole point of it is he's like, I hope that you're happy. I hope that Paris is everything that you dreamed of. And I like imagining you happy. So it's not about him, it's not about them. He's just like checking in. But I like that the entire time he's describing what he thinks French belly is like. And he uses like, I think that Belly in Paris is probably doing this. And does French Belly even like Sour Patch Kids?
Right.
Maybe French Belly doesn't eat junk food. And there's almost like a sad fear inside of it. He's like, I know you so well, but you're out there discovering more of who you are, and I'm proud of you. And I know that I don't know what that person is, but I'd really like to.
Aw, I think you're right.
You know, like, which is the total opposite of until Jared cleans it up and Jared calls her. The last conversation she had with Jeremiah, he's like, no, come back home and I'll tell you who you are.
Right.
Like, who you are is with me.
Well,
Like,
also Belly is like very thirsty to find out how Conrad is out in Stanford.
yes.
So
Yeah.
very
But he's just kind of like, I like thinking of all versions of you, even if I don't know that person right now. Like, I like to imagine that you're happy. And if you're happy, I want to know what that person is like. And it's just so sweet. It's a really good letter. I like that the Sour Patch Kid thing is in there because later on we'll see that he sends it. So it was just a really good letter. Then we get Belly rocking around the Christmas tree. We know that she loves Home Alone.
yeah, there is a lot of Home Alone
Yeah.
coding in this
So
scene.
she's closing up because it's the holidays, right? She's the newbie, so she's closing up.
Is it in French?
No,
Okay, it's
no.
just a song, right?
Yeah, it's just the song. Obviously it's from Home Alone, and
The dance is from Home Alone.
she's doing the Home Alone dance, and she
Yeah.
just has it playing on her cell phone. And I mean, Belly's just so cute. I think any young boy would fall in love with Belly. Like, so Benito comes and he sees this girl dancing in the window like a ridiculous human being, and he's just like so smitten with her. So he knocks on the door, she lets him in, she offers him a glass of wine, and then he judges her. I do like him. He judges her what she thinks is like a great night.
Hmm.
She's like, I have my wine, I have my music, and I have this box of chocolates that Celine left me. And he's like, it's kind of lame, don't you think? Like it's a good little scene that they have. And then he says, okay, let's do this. If you win, if I win, you have to come out with me. If what does he say? He says, if you win, I'll leave you to your sad little box of chocolates. The funny part about it is he doesn't understand Belly.
Sure, but
As in
that's
like
part of the beauty of
that's
it.
part of it, right? Is that the perfect night for Belly is actually sitting on her couch in her pajamas, eating chocolates and probably watching Home Alone. Like that's her comfort.
Right.
It'd be like it'd be like if somebody didn't know me, be like, "Hey, you have to come out with us tonight. It's gonna be great. There's gonna be music and dancing, and we're gonna drink all night." And I'm like, "I'm sorry, it's Friday night, and I just want to sit under my blanket and watch the Summer I Turn Pretty."
Right, but she's 22, so she does need to get out there, try new things. So this is the whole point.
I agree, but you
Yeah.
kind of see that. So then you get the dart scene. So whoever misinterpreted the article, like, yeah, they were referencing that she was on a cute date and it was New Year's Eve. All that was true, but nowhere in the article did they say it was in the finale. So I don't know where that came from, but it definitely, obviously, was not in the finale. It's not in the final episode, so y'all were worried about nothing. It happens here. And even though she wins, she goes out with him. And then I do like the little scene on the moped. It's again Belly taking control and she's like,
And
hey,
learning new
and
things,
learning new things. Great.
trying new adventures.
Yes.
I
I
fast
love
forwarded through it the second time.
I love her coat. Like the fleece lined
Yeah. It was
tan
it
coat.
was it was a long scene.
Oh, it was one of the
Scenes
scenes
that I fast forwarded through.
that the second time you fast
I was like,
forward.
we know what's going on here. Don't need to see it again.
What are your thoughts on Benito? Just really quick.
Cam Cameron.
In what way?
He also reminds me of the dude from, was it Never Have I Ever? Like the new guy
Oh, Camino? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Camino. What's his name?
In the show? I
Or
forget.
or whatever. What's his actor's name?
Camino.
Like first or
No,
last?
no, last name. I think it's like, oh shit. Chase Camino?
Hang on, friends. We're gonna do a little live Googling here.
We have to talk through it so I don't have
Chase.
to cut.
Yeah, right.
But it's like the third
It is
guy.
not.
It's like the third. If you
Yeah.
look up Camino, it'll come up. But he's like the third guy that they inserted into season three, and you're supposed to believe that
Michael
Dave
Cimino.
Michael Cimino.
Yeah, very Michael Cimino vibe.
Camino or Cimino? Anyone?
Camino.
Okay.
But yeah, he's in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, that's kind of what he reminded me of. And what do I think of him? Like he's just the bridge to like
He
to be honest, like he's kind of the Cam Cameron.
right.
You know, like
Right. He's like very inoffensive.
yeah,
Like, yeah.
right. He's
Like
not like fucking if they made him 6'6", it would have been
right.
a different vibe.
He's not the guy that's gonna like steal your girl.
Right.
He's not the guy that like everyone fawns over, but and there's an innocence to him, but also like he's older and more worldly and takes chances.
Yeah, like Conrad and Jer wouldn't be worried about this guy.
Yeah. That's how I
That's how
feel
I,
it.
that's
That's
how I
how I
read it.
feel
Yeah.
about it too. Um, but
If it was like, who's the dude from
the whole thing with Cam
Top
is
Gun?
what?
Who's the dude from Top Gun that everyone loves?
Fuck. Oh, there's the first F bomb of the episode.
Sorry to the people who say we use the F bomb too much.
So it's just part of my vocabulary.
We take
Shoot.
criticism too.
I know. Yeah, we take criticism too.
Um,
What is his
you guys are
name?
killing me. You guys are like
I
screaming
know.
it at the
Yeah,
podcast, screaming it at your car stereos right now.
what is his
But
name?
like,
He's in the movie
he's
with
in
Sydney.
every,
He's in the movie with Sydney Sweeney.
and he's in this new movie about the Chad Powers. I think it's a show or a movie about this football player, which is going to be
Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell. If it was Glenn Powell, then it'd be like, oh shit,
You're
I
like,
don't know,
oh
I
boy.
don't know what's going to happen next. You know?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. You guys want to hear a funny sidebar? I
go.
couldn't think of his name, so I just typed in Sydney Sweeney and it immediately came
Yeah,
up.
that's when I'm like looking if I know something that's kind of like this other thing,
Yeah,
I'll be
that's
like Crest toothpaste versus, and it'll come up with
well,
like all the rest of
yeah.
its like competitors. I'm like, oh, that's
It's
the one.
kind of like he's like so attractive that it's like, oh, if this guy has a personality and is nice, done for.
Yeah,
Like he's that guy. So funny. But obviously, we're not saying that everybody that belly dates like he's like Timothy Chalamet, just like Taylor said, right? Just like a different vibe. And yeah, the sparks are sparking. So then we have, oh, it goes from that to the shot of the Cousins Beach House, like pier and water,
ooh,
except it's covered in snow. And I was so excited to see that. So excited to see that because we've never seen them do Christmas like in a homey kind of way.
true that.
The big bay window with the tree in it. And then it goes to Conrad and Steven playing video games like they used to do in that room. They're sitting there playing video games. And once again, Conrad effort. Conrad is trying to make conversation with Steven. But it's awkward because he's trying to make conversation with Steven about Jeremiah. Like, hey, crazy that my dad cut him off, right?
Let me drop in here with like my social commentary.
Okay.
That house is a drag right now.
Well, you were gonna talk about the dinner.
Well, I'm
Come
the
on,
dinner.
come on. Save it for the dinner part.
It's the same group of people.
I know, but we haven't found out that Jer's out yet.
Okay. Okay, well, let me say this then.
Yeah.
Um, when Laurel enters the frame,
Yeah.
there is a lot of Amelie
Vibes.
coding,
Okay.
right? They used a song from the movie
Mm-hmm.
earlier in the show,
Mm-hmm.
and like the red dress, the short black bob haircut,
And the red lipstick.
and I'm like, bam, Laurel's got it. look up the movie Amelie, I believe.
Hmm.
You'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
When she comes into the frame and
Yeah.
she's asking about the ornaments.
Well,
Conrad,
like, yeah.
yeah,
It's her whole steez.
yeah,
And like knowing that and seeing that there's a song from the soundtrack on this episode, I'm like,
yeah.
that was on purpose.
What I love about it though is it's just so true to like when you get together as a family and it's not dinner time yet and everyone's just kind of hanging out, like just a couple beers in front of the TV or playing video games,
It's
like
the same video game from season one, too,
yeah,
that
yeah.
her and Susanna and Jared
Jer
were
were
playing.
playing. Yeah. So it's nice. And Conrad is making effort, but the conversation topic is Jer, which makes Steven feel
I
uncomfortable.
wanted more.
We'll talk about that. But what ends up happening in that is I do like that Conrad is he's pressing the issue. He's just like, come on, man. Like, are we ever gonna be okay? Like, I really miss you. Are you gonna hate me forever? And I like the Steven being like, look, man, nobody hates you. He's like, well, Jer hates you. But it's because Jer hates you that I don't know how to interact. And like, it's also like, hey, Steven is able to communicate. I appreciate that you're trying, man. Thank you. I miss you too, but we got to work up to this.
I don't know if he said I miss you too.
No, he doesn't say that, but I think that he does acknowledge it. He's just like, we have to work up to it. It's just not going to click all back into place because you decided to come for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, true that.
Because everything's still a little bit, you'll talk about it. Your social cues take is that it's awkward still, as it's meant to be. Now, the best part of that scene. Do you know what I think the best part of that scene is? So, Steven gives him a little bit of an inch, and he's like, yeah, well, it seems like since your dad cut him off, Jer is doing better. And Conrad just says, yeah, that's what Taylor told me too.
Oh, Taylor and Jewel.
Yeah. And the funny thing is that obviously Steven and Taylor are dating. They're together all the time. And Steven's just kind of like, that's just still wild to me that you guys still talk. And he's like, yeah, who would have thought? Taylor Jewel, the only one who will text me back. It's great.
Yeah.
That was exactly what I needed. I love that for him.
Yeah.
Because they're so much of the same person. Like, yeah. They're like they want what they want and they like are insecure about their feelings and but they do love pretty deeply. It's
Does Taylor and Conrad have a ship name?
no, but we can make one.
We'll meditate on it for a while.
Conrad.
Okay.
Conrad?
Conrad.
Or
Okay.
Kaylor? Which one do you like better?
Taylor. Okay.
I like
so-
Kaylor, Conrad and Taylor.
Then the best scene comes up here.
Yeah.
Adam Fisher and Steven.
It's the best scene for Steven. I wouldn't say it's a top scene in the episode, but
Ooh, I would.
okay,
Top five.
Steven finds out that Dunster said no to funding Denise and his
Yes.
little project.
And then Adam, it's just like
The
me,
Santa Claus hat.
ho ho ho. It was just like me catching my dog going upstairs. That's
Yeah.
what it felt like.
Yeah, yeah,
Steven's caught.
yeah,
And like it just completes the Adam redemption angle that no one was asking for,
yeah,
except me. And he is like cool with it
yeah.
and like
Well,
respects
yeah.
Steven and Denise for making a move and like having stones.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
it was a surprise. Like the audience is supposed to think, "Oh shit, here's
Yeah.
the Adam that we know.
Yeah.
Adam's gonna flip out. Adam's gonna be a jerk," and it's
Well,
not that way.
but the way that he plays it, he's like, okay, I'll see you on January 2nd. He's like, I'm not fired. And it's like Steven wanted to be fired.
Like, no, I kind of respect the balls that you have.
Yeah, and then he just goes into the kitchen, right? And then I love that Steven stands up for himself too. And because remember that very first conversation he has with Conrad at the proposal lunch thing, he's just like, I'm not totally happy working for your dad either.
Well, yeah, and he's like, "I'm surprised you had the balls to do it." He's like, "Well, it was more Denise," and he's like, "That doesn't surprise me." So Taylor Steven's like, "Okay, I need to sack up
quit.
myself right
Yeah.
now and be like, prove to Adam that, I have the stones." He does. He quits. You sure about that, Steven? No hard feelings. No hard feelings.
I love
and
that.
he gives a second hand.
Yeah,
It's not it's a handshake, and
Yeah.
it's the
on top.
which is
Well, it's like when somebody shakes your hand, like, and they put a hand on top, it's like a, right. It's nice. It's a show of care. It's a
Yes.
show of care instead of a show of dominance. So sometimes handshakes can be like kind of dominant. Um, and it was good. It was good. But it reminds us that Adam is able to separate work from family finally, as in like that move is like, Steven, you're still Steven to me. Like I watch you grow up as a little kid, you were best friend to my boys, like you're still family. The work stuff, like he can find a replacement Steven if Steven's heart really isn't in it,
Right.
you know? Now I predict, not to step on our predictions, but I predict that Adam will actually have Denise and Steven come in and pitch him and like objectively may decide that what they have is good and
Great.
fun and fund them instead.
That would
He,
be.
he may have already done it. He may have already called his buddy and was like, no, no, no.
You don't do it. I'll
Like
do it.
if you're gonna take my people, you can't have this deal. I'm gonna have the deal.
Yeah.
It may the dominoes there may have already been laid, which would be another like good for Adam, man. Right? Like it's like, no, I'm gonna take this on. That'd be dope. That'd
Yeah.
be great. That would complete it for sure. Like the Adam.
If they want that, like not to push back.
Right, I
But
got you.
maybe I don't want that.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, okay. All right, fair enough. Oh yeah, kind of like Jeremiah being like,
Jeremiah, like
yeah, like at least if you cut me off, then I don't
take
have
the
to
shit.
deal with your shit. Yeah, okay.
I want the Adam redemption arc to be complete, but I don't want any villain shit in the last episode.
Yeah, but he was able to come around. He bought the beach house,
Okay.
like,
Okay.
for the family. Okay. So then Conrad had told Steven that he's like, I'm gonna go get those ornaments for your mom. He goes upstairs, he gets the ornament, he looks down the hallway at Belly's room. He's kind of sad she's not there.
Oh boy.
He's still longing a little bit. I said this when we watched it. I'm like, he's really tall, and you're like, no, they just shoot him tall,
Right.
purposefully. So he like walks down the hallway and he goes into her room and he sits on her bed and he's just kind of like sitting there looking around. The song there is so good for Conrad. It's Bleachers, ISIMO in all
Sounds like
caps.
Huron. It's not.
It does sound like Lord
It
Huron,
could have been my Noah Khan moment, but
but they
blew
didn't.
it.
They didn't. They blew it. He says. Um, but he looks up and he sees Junior Mint sitting in the corner,
Mm,
and it gives him hope. Like there's a lot of things that are just kind of like giving him hope and confidence to keep on the track he's currently on.
yeah.
Like keep sending the texts that get no response. Keep asking people if they forgive him yet. Keep apologizing. Like keep sending letters to Belly. Like it's all gonna work out, little buddy. He's so afraid of like communicating. So the fact that he's like putting himself out there even to get rejected is fine. It's cool. It's what he needs. So then we get Jared and Laurel. So Jeremiah shows up. He's sitting in the driveway. And oh, this was the second one that you fast forwarded through. Why?
Don't tell mom.
I thought it was a great scene.
It was just long.
It was long and you know the point.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
you know,
At first, I was judgy. I was like, oh, he's not going to be able to go in there, which is Jeremiah's biggest fear. He's like, even after he leaves, he's like, oh, they're probably all making fun of me. They're not, Jeremiah. Um, I like that he knew he wasn't ready because Jeremiah does have a way of, again, processing his emotions with anger. He knew he would not be the best version of himself if he walked in there in that moment. He just wasn't ready.
that's good.
And the fact that he checks that, realizes it, apologizes to Laurel, and also ends with like, "I love you, Laurel." Like that was just so sweet. The whole because the last time was like, "You're not my mom. Stop trying to be my mom. Your precious daughter." All this bullshit, and he's like, he knows that she is the mom figure to him right now.
Well, it's the like we're starting to see the Jer
Yeah.
redemption.
Yes. Oh
He's
yeah.
working this new job. He's taking responsibility.
Yes.
He's inch by inch improving,
Yeah.
coming around.
And also, he's not taking even driving there and showing up lightly because he prepared for it. He's not going there showing up in dress in like a sweatshirt and unkempt. He like put effort into making a dish, bringing it. He brought presents, right? So like he really made an effort to try, and he just like can't walk through the doors, which I get. So
Yeah.
he ain't ready. It kind of reminds me of like when half the group understands why Conrad in the end of season 2 takes it back, and half the group is like, "Come on, man, just do it." And sometimes you're just not ready. So I like that scene a lot, and I like the gochujang glazed carrots and how the grandmother Hominy would be like, "This is the only food that tastes good." So if you're in an Asian family, or not an Asian family, but if you're an Asian family, Thanksgiving always has to have like a dish that's reminiscent to Asian culture. We'll see that with Belly later when she gets her new apartment. But I just love those little drops from Jenny, as someone from Asian descent. Okay, so then Laurel comes back in. She's kind of like, she has to deliver the bad news, like mostly to Conrad. Like, no, he's not coming. He's not coming in. He takes the carrots from her. They go in. This is where you can go off on your
Oh
little.
shit.
So now that Jer's not going to be at the dinner table, so now Laurel's like, okay, everybody get ready to eat.
And you
So
look at this, you look at the kitchen, and it's Adam, John, Stephen and Taylor, I mean, Stephen and Conrad who aren't getting along right now, and
well,
Laurel.
there's not bros. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's Adam, John, Stephen, Conrad, Laurel. Talk about a bad conversation, a conversation that's not flowing, a bad vibe, boring. Like all these characteristics that I'm seeing in this, I'm like, they need a middle.
They need a Casey.
They need someone who could like
They
stir this conversation
they need a
up.
Casey.
Right. Like Jer could have been certainly been that. Belly could have been that.
Taylor,
Taylor. Like they needed a little
conversation
a
starter.
mixer. They needed a mixer there.
Or somebody who, like, any of them would be the first ones to say something awkward.
Right, right.
Like, there's no, like, there's,
So now it's gonna be the Adam show.
right. And I think they're going to accept it. I mean, as long as he's not a jackass,
Yeah.
they will accept him doing his Adam thing and keeping the conversation moving. There's a part of me that thinks, like, they just scrap the whole sitting down to a long table and they just get their plate buffet style.
That would be the best. That would be the
And they
best.
all go like
Watch. They
sit
need
in
the
the
TV.
they all go sit in the family room and like watch the game.
They need the TV. I would be freak. This is my anxiety of having a bad conversation, like a bad mix
Yeah.
is the a big fear of mine. I hate it.
I know that's why you always take it upon
Yeah.
yourself to keep the conversation going.
So like
Um,
they would need the
but
TV.
your family always says that like when I show up to Christmas,
Hmm.
the dynamic changes.
It does
Yeah.
because we have so much.
History.
Yeah, there's so much history there where you add a certain element that helps.
Yeah. Um, yeah.
But yeah, so I know some of you know what I'm talking about.
Well, I mean, yeah, family dinners are always just
Had
slightly
Stephen
off.
and Conrad been boys, their bond would have been enough
Yes,
to
right.
be the middle.
They are so far from that first dinner scene in season 1 where it's like, oh, you can't wear tailored suits and like all that
Yeah,
stuff. Like, oh, um, Belly, I watch you crying in your room. Belly, you should be a Deb. You peed in the fireplace and the house stunk for weeks. Like that stuff is
right.
not the vibe of this Thanksgiving. Okay, so then we have Denise and Jer.
Oh, this is another top five scene.
I love this scene. A lot of people they are unconvinced, I'm using air quotes, of Denise and Jared. And I'm like, I don't care if they're together romantically.
Yeah,
She is, I said this to somebody, she is the adult figure right now that he needs. And when I say adult, she's not that much older than them, but she's adulting.
yeah. She's
Right.
adulting.
She's adulting. She's living by herself in a two-bedroom apartment.
Hmm.
She has goals, she has conviction, she is there for her family, she's fiery, she's feisty, she's not gonna get walked on, but she has a heart, which is the whole point of like him finding out that like when again, it's just like Taylor. Conrad, very, very big walls up, outwardly confident, smart, feisty, can stand up for themselves, but can't really stand up for themselves when it comes to love, like the big L,
Yeah.
you know. Um,
But yeah, this scene is great. It's got like a little bit of everything, which makes it great to me.
Yeah.
It's got like a little
Comedy.
comedy, a little bit of will they, won't they. There's a lot of like, I wouldn't say sexiness, but there is a little bit of that.
There's like tenderness.
And like you really get Jer coming alive as like a likable character again, in my
Okay,
opinion.
great.
I'm like, that is, first of all, the fit is great.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to rock that. Um,
You're in your sad pants.
you're in your sad pants,
She,
super
but
funny.
she cares. She's like, "Oh no, why are you here? You're in your sad pants."
Like Denise, like
Yeah.
looks pretty good there. Their conversation is going somewhere.
I love the, and your dad chose the day
Day
of
of
our Lord's
Lord's
favor,
birth. The
our Lord's birth.
But what about the time? What time is it in Bethlehem right now, or whatever they say?
It's so,
It's
it's so
great
good.
writing,
Yeah.
and we're doing a lot with it. Like we're not saying it,
Mhm.
so we're doing a more showing, not telling here.
Yeah.
We're having this conversation, and we're seeing Jared grow without him like
Yeah.
saying I'm growing or whatever.
Right. But there's also like she says like everyone's healing timeline is different.
Yep.
Jer confesses like a something that must
Oh,
really yeah.
love that line.
Jer confesses something that like would give a lot of people a lot of guilt where he like actually says the words out loud like he's like it's almost like he feels shameful that he's taking this breakup with Belly more difficult with more difficulty than losing Susanna. And then we see him process it as he says the words out loud, which is like, at least she died. It's like she died. Belly is still here and she's around, and I'm like not good with
One
that.
of the more deeper, like legit deeper moments of the show, I would
Love
say.
that.
Yeah,
Right?
it means a
Yeah.
lot. It means a lot to me.
Yeah. And then she just says like, "Well, that's why you have to grieve it." And he's like looking for advice and he's willing to take the advice. He's like, "How?" And what I love is like you have to forgive yourself. You have to forgive Conrad. You have to forgive Belly. You have to forgive all these other people because as if you don't forgive them, it's not about them. If you don't forgive them, they'll always have power over you and fuck other people having power over you.
Right.
I'm like this is what he needs to hear. And it's not that other people can't give that to him.
Sure.
Conrad can say it to him, Steven can say it to him, Taylor can say it to him, Laurel, John, Adam. They're so close that
Yeah.
he's not willing to hear it from them because he usually gets yelled at by them. So he can't really like separate and compartmentalize like good advice from like I'm a shitty person and you're yelling at me advice. And she has a way about her.
So let's get to the messiness for 1 minute.
Yeah,
Um, will they, won't they? A little bit of
both.
like Jer telling is
Mm-hmm.
like, D, we're such good friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that's inserted in there for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, oh, okay, are they just friends?
Yeah.
Or what? And is Denise falling
For
hard
right,
for him?
right, right. Yeah. I don't know.
So he says that, D, we're such good friends. She's like, kind of gives this look, and I'm like, I wonder what that look's all about. And then she's like, oh,
Let's go.
she's like, I like having you here. Clean up your shit. And it's like, oh, is she playing tough? What's she doing? And then she gets up and she's like, all right, come with me.
But
Blah, blah.
but she also says like you're everything that my grandma wanted in me that she didn't get, which is like you're nice, you're pretty, and you cook.
So,
And then he goes, "You think I'm pretty?" So, right?
hey, I'm rooting for him. Fuck it.
So you're team. I am very team. We said this like
What?
3 or 4 episodes, and I'm very team Denise. She's such a breath of fresh air, and I like her. I like her. I like her character. I would watch a spinoff show of this.
Daenerys Maya.
I would watch a spinoff show of this.
Daenerys Maya.
Da Daenerys Maya.
Denise and Jeremiah.
I gotcha. Daenerys Maya. Let us know if you're shipping Daenerys Maya or not.
Just one more time.
Daenerys Maya.
There you go.
I regardless, I whether they are just friends, what if she's just his Agnes?
That's fine.
That's fine too. Yeah.
But Conrad needs an Agnes because his end game is the
Belly, right.
titular character.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Jer needs an end game.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Or Jer just needs the hope of an endgame, and then we get a spinoff on
okay,
Jer. I
okay.
don't know.
But I would say that like if Redbird and Denise were in a race for
Oh,
who's gonna end with
she's
Jeremiah, Denise
she's
is
in the
way ahead right
lead.
now.
She's in the lead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if they haven't, I'm gonna use the word cleaned up. I don't think there's anything wrong with him, but they haven't given him an actual arc yet, and we only have one episode left, so I don't know. Redbird.
Yeah, I was gonna
He's
say
still the same guy
his
that
character is kind of like
he's the same guy he started as.
literally just funny one-liners.
Funny one-liners.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then we get Tay Tay in Paris. So
Having her Parisian moment here.
she is having her Parisian moment. I love that montage. I love them going and getting wine and getting coffee and croissants, and um, she gets to meet Benito. So Belly must be hanging out with Benito a
The
lot.
sexy little Chalamet.
The sexy little Chalamet. But I love when she's in her
Mexican
thing. And,
Chalamet.
but what did they do? They did the Bonnie and Clyde.
Bonnie and Clyde, which is funny because I showed Vicky after we were listening to Mojo,
Yeah.
and I was like, "This song
Oh, true.
reminds me of the French Bonnie and Clyde song from Rush Hour 2, I think it is,
Or
or 3,
three.
whatever.
Three is yeah.
And I played it for her, and it's like the French Bonnie and Clyde song. So, a little vindication on my part.
She looks great. She looks like she's having a blast. So does Belly, who's like showing Tay Tay around. And then I'm separating this out because it's later on that night, and it's the conversation that they're having when Belly's decorating the apartment.
Oh
And
yeah, she's a put.
right, she's a slut.
Yeah.
I love Belly being like, "Wait, did you Urban Dictionary the French language?" She's like, "Yeah, there were certain words that I had to have in my repertoire, and pute is one of them."
That's
It's
Taylor.
so on brand for Taylor.
Yeah.
But really, they also have like a really nice, just like conversation about, I can't believe that you and Steven are gonna move in together after graduation. And Taylor is like, yeah, grown girl shit.
Grown girl shit for sure.
I love it. Yeah, so then Taylor's starting to lay the groundwork for like, is Benito gonna be your rebound? Yes or no? Sexy Latino Chalamet, is what she says. And we find out that Belly has not been a nun, which good for her. I do see some people in the comments dragging Belly for living her life. I'm like,
What?
bro, like oh, she is a slut now. She's like going out and having sex with people. I'm
You
like,
think Conrad's not fucking out there in Stanford?
stop it. I do not.
Okay, all right.
I do not.
Hooking up a little bit.
I do not.
Okay.
I don't know, man. I don't think so. I don't like to think of him that way.
I mean, I know the fan base doesn't want to think of him that way, but we
Like,
don't know.
no, and I get it. Like I don't want to be thinking or seeing Belly that way either, but like let a girl live her life.
Let's not forget this is the same guy who's the swag he had with Nicole in season 1. This is the same guy.
Right.
Okay, so
Right. He had broken up with Aubrey and he was
right, he was swagging,
yeah.
and the way he was treating the vibes there, and like the steez he had
He's making out at the bonfire.
with
Yeah.
that same guy. So
He's not the exact same. He's grown.
he's still 24. I don't know what fucking year we're in. I don't know how old these kids are anymore, but
You've lost track.
we lost track. And like
Yeah. Anyway.
anyway,
Okay, so then we get Jelly. So
oh, the football?
Jeremiah calls
We
Belly.
did this.
We needed this. It's a very adult conversation. Jeremiah reaches out first, which is important here.
Mhm.
He is saying to Belly, they both say, like, so glad you called, really upset about our last conversation. That's not how I wanted our last conversation to go. And then he says, I need you to know that I'm okay.
I'm good, and that's
Yeah.
what the confidence that Jer has been. I've been this person before. I can feel it in my bones. I love it. He's doing stuff for himself.
Hmm.
He's working on himself.
Hmm.
He's gaining confidence.
Hmm.
he's feeling better about being in his own skin and living his life without
Absolutely.
a number two to like
Yeah.
fill my every gap or every need.
Yeah.
And he's like, I need to, you know,
Yeah.
let this go, or I need to like
And it's important
check
that
this box and say, hey, Belly, I'm good.
and it's important that she's gotten the tea from Taylor, right? Like, oh, Jeremiah's dad cut him off. He's not living with us anymore. He's on his own.
Right.
He like started this new job. And then Jeremiah references it. He's like, yeah, I'm at work.
And what does he say at the end?
So the most important thing is the guy is like, your break ended 60 seconds ago or a minute and a half ago. And then Belly goes, oh, I should let you go. And then he goes, yeah, Belly, I should let you go too. And that's like, there's a double meaning there in the way that Gavin delivers it.
Yep.
Obviously, it was written that way to have that double meaning.
Yep.
That is the door closing on Belly and Jer. But the hope and the hopefulness that he's better, that she didn't completely ruin or break him, she can let go of some of that guilt.
Mm-hmm.
And she's crying during it, but it's like this happy sense of relief that she's getting in this moment that's like really brilliantly done. Okay. So then we get Murder on the Dance Floor. Great song choice. I don't know that song, but now I do. It's the part from the trailer where Taylor and Belly are, the party has started. It is New Year's Eve.
Disco ball dresses,
Disco ball
shirts.
dresses and shirts, and they're just having a good time
Conrad care package shows up.
in Benito's hands. There's been some memes that are pretty funny, like of him holding the package and like it says like brace yourself, Benito.
Listen, if Benito paid attention to detail,
I think he does.
the first conversation they all had,
Yeah.
he might put the pieces together. But
Right.
hey, I'm not.
But I think this is where I believe that he is very Cam Cameron. I'm just going to do this here because we're running out of time. There are people who are afraid that Belly has totally moved on from Conrad because she's no selling it. Right? Like we're not getting her saying that she's deeply in love with him. We're not getting her voicing it over. We can't totally tell. She's like just ready to take a break from it. And everybody's afraid that she's still with Benito when he shows up. People are afraid that he's going to show up and she's going to be in Mexico. People are afraid that she's going to choose Benito over Conrad.
I think that's just anxieties, false events appearing real.
I agree. Right. I think that we're all just a little bit damaged by what Jenny has done to us and how rough of a time Conrad has had.
Well, I can actually agree and be like, I'm having a hard time actually picturing it working out.
What?
No, I'm just saying like because it never
Works
it's
out
so
for them.
easy
Yeah.
for it
No,
like,
I got you.
oh, I like you, you like me. We really need to do this.
Yeah, no.
You know, like that never happens.
I'll go through the entire timeline of where we started and where we end up, but Benito and Belly are either completely broken up or we're going to get a parallel scene to season 1 where she goes and tells him, just like with Cam Cameron. So that's your Cam Cameron parallel.
Okay.
Like, hey, it's been fun, but I really can't commit to this. It's getting a little bit serious. And then him being like, it's because of Conrad, right? And she says,
Because of
and
Conrad.
and she says yes, right? Same thing that happened with Cam Cameron, except that this time when she goes and tells Conrad, I broke up with Benito, he's not going to do his bullshit like, oh, why'd you go and do that?
Yeah, right. I'm bracing
Yeah.
to finally see it happen. Yeah, I'm excited.
Either they're already broken up or she's going to do the big girl thing that she did in season 1
Yep.
that Conrad killed immediately because of his own bullshit.
But yes, while afraid that like just not used to seeing it, it is gonna happen.
Yeah.
So
So
get ready.
yeah. So anyway, he's carrying this big box, and Taylor looks at it. She's immediately like, she clocks who it's from. She's like, I'll take it. And then she calls Belly out. She's like, ooh, wait,
Conrad Fisher is sending you care packages internationally.
internationally.
Yeah, so they open it.
And no, she's like, can I open this? I'm opening this. And she opens it up, and I love Taylor just being like, he got you Sour Patch Kids. That's kind of cute. And she takes it and she walks it over and puts it down. And they look and it's Junior Mint. She's like, Junior Mint, that's loaded.
which is a nod to the fan base for sure.
And then she digs further into the box and pulls out a letter and and
He's just sending love
like
letters.
he, is this why you're not hooking up with Benito? Because Conrad is sending you love letters? And then Belly does the whole like, let's get out of here because Benito's right there. Like, and she takes her to her room
They're
and
not
he's
love
like,
letters. They're just like regular notes.
what did I write down? It's so fun. The regular nothing notes, Belly. They are not regular nothing notes. Right now they may be, but that's why he has to come in with the big note.
Planting seeds here.
Yeah, he's got to come in with a big letter that she responds to, guys and gals. Um, but it leads to a really good moment where Taylor's like, okay, if it's not Conrad, then what are you so afraid of? And she's like, I'm afraid of hurting someone. Guys, she only hurts other people who are not named Conrad because she loves Conrad. Let's be real. So there's an interesting Taylor says, well, it's going to happen. And you don't know if what Taylor's saying is like, well, what's going to happen is you're going to hurt other people if it's not Conrad, or that it's got to happen eventually that you got to rip the band-aid off and like be with somebody else.
So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. New Year's Eve. She kisses Benito.
Yeah, she does.
And then time jump.
Yeah, so can I do the overall time jump just all in one? So
Go.
we start off last episode, we end last episode when she gets to Paris and it's August. Then we fast forwarded to Thanksgiving, which is November. Then we get all the way to end of December, January, which is New Year's. That's where we're at now.
The sun has come up.
We're gonna get a time jump to April. We know it's April because it's April 14th, which is Susanna's day that she passed away. And then by the end of the episode, we're at June.
Great.
Okay. So those are your time frames. So it opens up her and Benito in bed. She's added to her body count.
Oh, yeah. I fast forward to this too.
Yeah. The most important thing is that she is in a relationship. We don't know.
Knows French better now. She's in a relationship with Benito.
Yes.
That her and her roommates are like, it's just like she's more involved. It's like you start a new job, you feel like you have no idea what you're doing. 2 months in, you're like, I can't believe I ever felt like that.
Yeah.
Here we are.
And she's not shy anymore. She's like half naked in bed and her roommates are just like walking around.
Yeah.
It's very different than when she's like trying to be quiet, making this like thing that she wants people to try in the kitchen.
Yep.
Like we were talking about.
Yep.
So that, I mean, again, very quick scene, but you know what's going on there and the point of it. Then you see Belly in this like beautiful purple and she has her like white cardigan over it and she's at Gemma's apartment who's moving out.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So Gemma's
She's gonna
moving.
stay.
She's gonna
She's staying longer.
So she's supposed to like break up with Benito. She doesn't really want to go to Mexico to see his family because she knows that's like more than she's
Ready for.
And she's like, no, he knows the deal. So like she is thinking of this thing as a fun fling.
Oh, he's smitten with you.
He's so smitten though. You're gonna break his little heart. And she's like, no, I'm not gonna break his heart because we've had this conversation. I'm like, okay, good for you, Belly. But graduation, those two things can be separated. She's just not ready to go back home yet. She makes the decision. It's a year lease. She has a psychology program. She can move forward in her life and her career by staying in Paris. The timing is right. And I don't think she's staying for Benito. That was the main thing that was made clear. She's not staying for Benito. She's staying for herself. So, then we get the Laurel conversation.
Oh boy, can we buzz through that quick?
Yeah, we can. So, well, the Laurel conversation is why are you laughing?
Laughing at myself.
Why? You don't like that scene?
No, I do,
Okay.
but
So we have the Laurel and Belly conversation. The most interesting thing about that conversation is Belly.
it does bring up a little sadness.
You're sad?
Well, no, it's Susanna's
Oh,
anniversary. I'm like,
yeah. Casey doesn't like talking about sad things. All right, so I'll talk about it. Laurel and Belly are talking, and essentially, Laurel is asking Belly why she hasn't booked her flight home yet. And Laurel knows Belly so well. She's like, you're still coming, right?
I'm gonna stay here for an extra year.
But again, it's Belly's agency coming back.
Ooh.
The entire first half of season 3, we're like, who is this girl who doesn't say what she wants, who's following everyone else's orders, who is just flying by the seat of someone else's pants, you know? And here she speaks up and she says, I may want to stay. And then Laurel's like, well, do you want to stay or do you not want to stay? And she's like, I want to stay. So she makes the decision to stay. And Belly has grown so much because she's forgotten about Susanna's death. And what I mean by that is it's not the biggest thing, right? Cousins, the boys, Susanna, she has separated herself to this other world and she's building a life for herself that like that's not always top of mind.
Yeah.
She does have a little bit of guilt.
That's the benefit of getting further away from this.
Exactly. Yeah. So she does have a little bit of guilt and obviously then she's kind of sad and then we get the flashback to young Belly and Susanna's
The
talking.
missing puzzle piece.
So Susanna's talking to Belly about like all these adventures she can go on when she grows up, and she's like so innocent. She's like, I don't want to go to any of those places. I just want to be here.
That's how I thought when I was in my hometown.
Yeah,
Even when I graduated, going to school,
yeah.
I'm like, I don't need anything else but this town.
But the thing is that this is not where Belly
Wrong.
lives, though, right? So
It's still her safe place.
no, I know it's her
Yeah.
safe place, but what I'm saying is like it's still not like that she wants to be in Philly. The dreaminess that she has associated with cousins and the pool and the boy. It was she says, she's like, and people. So cute. And Susanna's like, oh, people, huh? And she's like, yeah. She's like, no, I know what I want. I want to stay here. And it's because of her association to it. That's really cute. But you get a little bit of both. You get Susanna being like, yeah, I think you'll always probably love this place more than any city in the world. But also, Belly, you're so young, you will see other cities and you will fall in love with other cities and places and people,
Right.
which is great. The most interesting thing about that is how they shot it, where she puts in the missing puzzle piece. It's almost like a nod to the audience that Belly can find herself and she's putting her life together or back together, so to speak. But there is still that one piece of it that may not completely fit quite yet, that she needs to go get that missing puzzle piece. And I believe that that missing puzzle piece is Conrad.
Mojo.
Or just the love of her life, right? Which I don't think is Benito, and is not Jer at the moment. It's Conrad.
Right.
All right. Then we have. So let me just give you all the scenes because I know we're up on time here. So we have Jeremiah and Conrad.
Yep.
Big scene. But then we have the letter, his last letter being written over this montage of Belly and Benito, and The One by Taylor Swift plays.
Ooh.
Then we have Belly and the Sabrina parallel where she's writing the letters back.
Yep.
And then we have Conrad and Agnes. And then we
Baseball
have
scene.
and then we have Doctor Help Thyself, and Conrad's on his way to Paris. So that's what we have to get through.
Yep.
All right. So Jeremiah and Conrad, you say your piece on this scene.
They so they needed it was the perfect way for them to meet, right? And the perfect place for them to meet. They're at mom's grave.
Yep.
There's like it's gonna start out nice enough
Yeah.
because they're at mom's grave.
Right.
So
It's cordial.
right. If they met two drinks in at a bar, it might start off hostile. But we're at mom's grave. We're starting off gentle. And like, you really want to do this now? We can do this now. Back up a little bit. Bum, bum, bum. I think Jared controls the conversation. Jared is like kind of it's almost like roles reversed. Like he's the alpha now. And so he's like kind of controlling the conversation. Conrad's very meek. And then we're starting to build back and changing. It's like a double flip here. Conrad, they never answer the question. Jer's like, you were here all summer, snake in the grass, da 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 da. Da. And Conrad just says no, and Conrad ends up changing the subject to. They don't really get an answer as
To
to
what?
he just says no. It's not like that. But
Well,
like Jer will always probably think that he was snaking in the grass all summer.
No, that's not.
What?
He says no. It wasn't like that. He said, I tried to get over her. Like it wasn't like that. I tried to get over her.
He still has to take his word. It's not like there's a good
No,
explanation.
no, no. The explanation is like snake in the grass. Like you can't, she's not an object. I can't that was that point. It's like snake in the grass, like, oh yeah, like you're just gonna creep up out of nowhere and like steal her from me. And he's like, she's not an object, Jer. Like, yeah, we spent time together, but the vibes that were created just proved to me that I still love her. And just being together, like maybe she's not over me yet either, but like that's her choice. And she still, by the way, Jer hasn't made it, is how Conrad is feeling. He's like, you can't own somebody with a ring. You can't, she's not an object that we can pass back and forth or steal from each other. But the fact that I was trying to get over my feelings for her so that she could let go of her feelings too. Sorry, Jer, I felt really bad about it, but that did not happen for either of us. But she is her own person with her own decisions and agency. And like, she just needs to be able to choose, and she was not ready to choose you yet despite your efforts to try to keep her. And then there's a really good healthy conversation about like, but when we've had a chance to be with her, we both have taken it.
So that's how it ends. I'm going to push back a little bit because I think way before that, what changes the subject from the snake in the grass is because Jared's like, you don't know what it's like to be with her for 4 years and build something and da 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 da. And he's like, well, Conrad is like, no, if you felt that way, you wouldn't have cheated on her. That's the first change in
Yeah.
subject.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's what changes it off of the, the snake in the grass conversation.
Sure.
So I feel like we kind of like forget about the snake in the grass, and now we're on cheating versus 4 years, and then we get into that next part that you were talking about.
Sure. Yeah.
So
But
anyway,
but Conrad's point, right, is like I was not a snake in the grass. I was trying to get over her. I was trying to stay away from her. I really, really tried, dude. Now, when I found out that you cheated on her or hooked up with somebody else, then I was kind of like, sorry, all bets are off. Which is him admitting that that was fucked up,
yeah,
right?
I mean, there's like each of them have their own
But I love that
grinds to gear
I
here.
love that Conrad got to say the thing that Team Conrad has known ever since season two,
Right.
which is
The
like
possessive thing needed to be said, and it was said.
the possessive thing needed to be said and it was said, but also the bro, I have forgiven you, by the way, but you did the same thing. Like
Yes.
you're not
Yes.
innocent here either. Like I was grieving our mother's death. We broke up. You had a chance to be with her
Hmm.
because she chose, not because you took her from me, but because she chose you and you didn't have a second thought, even though I was broken up with her and told you I loved
A
her
month prior, or
a
4 months
month
prior.
prior,
Yeah.
and you took it. And Conrad's like, I have dealt with that and I understand it. Like, we are the same person when it comes to Belly. Like, we love her so much that
Everything else.
when she chooses us, not when we steal her from each other in a weird, conniving way, but when, despite our best efforts to be there for each other, she wants one of us,
Everything else.
everything else falls away, including this. And that can't happen anymore. But also, nobody's stealing her, nobody's trying to take her. It's just a matter of like, can we get to the point where one of us is the person who's pursuing her and we'll see if she reciprocates?
So Jer starts off as like with the leg to stand on,
Yeah.
Conrad meek, but I feel like Conrad builds this really nice case
Yeah.
and ends up, I don't want to say winning the argument, but kind of like Conrad ends up on top, so it's kind of like a flip, and then Jer is like
But
sees the light a little bit.
they both have a good laugh about it too.
No, 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 for
It
sure, sees the light, like
they're both just kind of like, we're brothers. We both do the same things and we hurt each other. And mom would be so upset.
right. They have that
Yeah.
conversation too.
Conrad just being like, yeah, I messed up. Like I was trying to I think that's where Jared's like, you're not a snake in the grass. It's like he's just so desperately like, I tried so hard, dude. I tried so hard to get over her. I wanted to be able to honor what I said to
And
mom.
he kind of admits that like 10% that he's been holding back. Like I knew that it would never be the same
Yeah,
after Christmas.
after Christmas.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, no, and that's where Jer's like, he's like, I did try to hold on to her.
Right, for as long as I
And
could.
I tried to keep her as long as I could because once I found out about Christmas, I knew it was all over.
Okay, move on.
Well, no, because then after that, there's the walk and talk, and then they get to the parking lot, and Jer is like, so she must have texted you too, because it's Susanna's death day.
Yeah, go, go.
So she must have texted you too. And he's like, honestly, she hasn't. We haven't talked since last summer. I love that he admits it.
Oh, that was good.
He's not hiding from Jer anymore. He's like, I've been writing her letters. She hasn't written me back, so I should take that as a sign. And Jer is like, same thing that Laurel does to Conrad earlier. Like, don't take that as a sign, bro. Like, I was never able to compete with the shit that you guys have because it's a force field. And Jared's just like, stop being stupid. You guys love each other. I'm not going to be okay with it, but you have to do what you have to do. And Jeremiah's almost like, bro, letters are not enough, but also if she doesn't write you back, it's not because she doesn't love you. So, like, get out of your weird little headspace and, like, if we're not fighting anymore, you better fight for her because she is worth it and we both know it. Like, don't take for granted what you guys have and her love for you
Aw,
because you shouldn't.
go.
Then The One by Taylor Swift starts playing as Conrad is processing that, and then we hear the letter that he writes.
Oh yeah, the finally though, just to be
This is
clear,
this is the big
you're all I
letter.
think about.
Yes. So I'm just going to rapid fire through what this letter entails. The letter is him being honest. He's like, I should be honest because I don't even know if you're reading these. But if I'm being honest, it killed me a little bit to hear that you had been talking to Jer because you haven't written me back. Number two, but it's okay. Jer and I had a conversation and it didn't end in fisticuffs this time. And the important thing is, I don't think he hates me anymore. Belly needs to know that that is on the mend. Then he says, just so that we're clear, I think about you a lot. You're pretty much all I think about, just so we're clear.
Just so we're clear.
And then he ends it with love, Conrad.
Whoa.
The beauty of that scene is the song, the one that plays all the way through. The beauty of that scene is, and I said it because I knew it was set up that way. He starts the letter and then she has a scene with Benito. And I'm sitting there thinking, oh my God, he didn't finish the letter. And then you hear the voiceover come back when she's by herself. Benito's gone. She asked him to not stay over that night because she wanted time alone in her brand new apartment. She's settling in.
Sabrina vibe.
Sabrina vibe. She's in her robe. She's got her lamp. She's sitting at a big, beautiful desk. And you hear Conrad finish the letter, which is, I think about you a lot and love Conrad. And she's sitting down and she is finally writing him back. So for anyone who is like, she has moved on from Conrad, she's not.
We don't hear what she says there, right?
Yeah, she was just waiting, right? Like there needed to be time, there needed to be space. She needed the confidence of knowing that Jeremiah was okay. She got that. She needed the confidence of knowing that Jeremiah and Conrad would be okay. And she needed him to say, like, these aren't just innocent letters. I'm not trying to be friends here. I
And
love
she
you.
needed a rebound, just to be clear.
And she got her rebound, right? But again, Benito brings up the Mexico thing again, and she sidesteps it. She's like, okay, well, she doesn't say yes to Mexico. She's still playing it off because
Right.
there's a part of her that keeps getting these letters and she wants to read the letters, and she gives Conrad permission to keep writing.
Yes.
She's like, here's my new address. And the letter that she responds to, not unironically, the letter that she responds to is the one where he puts himself out there again and he gets her to write back. It is totally believable. And for everybody out there, they are not going to make Belly an emotional cheater again. Like by the time she's writing Conrad back, I think that she breaks up with Benito. I think that by the time we get from April, which is where that happens, all the way to June, she's already broken up with Benito.
How we get into June?
So April is when she's writing that letter back, right?
Yeah.
You feel me?
Okay.
April's when she's writing that letter back. The next scene after she writes him back is Conrad and Agnes. And he's packing for the Brussels trip. And Agnes says, it's so hot. I don't remember it being this hot in June last year. So
Oh.
so
So you're telling me it's June in California and in Paris at the same time?
Yeah, yeah, imagine that, right? So that's the, if you don't pay attention to it, you would miss it. So
Some of us are stuck on the baseball
stop it.
conversation
Okay.
happening in the background of that Conrad and Agnes scene.
Okay, okay. But again, that last time jump, Conrad says, yesterday I saw Jeremiah, which is April 15th. He's writing that letter. Let's say it takes a week or two for the letter to arrive. We're at the end of April. Benito, right? Benito says, "Are you does this mean that you're coming to Mexico with me next month?" So Mexico would have been in May. So anybody out there who's afraid that she won't be in Paris when he arrives, she will be in Paris for two reasons. Number one,
She would have gotten back already.
it's April. He said, "Are you coming with me next month?" Next month would have been May. So she could have very well gone to Mexico, realized that she wrote Conrad back. They're in a back and forth conversation now, and she probably broke things off with Benito. If she didn't break things off with Benito, I think she'll have a very adult Cam Cameron type breakup like season one so that she can go freely and be with Conrad or at least explore things with Conrad. All right. That's where we're at on the time jump and why I think Benito is out of the picture or a non issue.
Okay, we have 2 minutes.
Okay. So now we're back in San Francisco.
Oh,
Conrad is packing. Go ahead, do
the
your thing.
baseball playing in the background. I searched every which way, high and low. Spent a long time doing this. It's meant to be Stanford baseball.
Casey spent
So much time.
so much time.
I was trying to decipher what game it was playing, but I think it was a written script. I think it was a hired person to come in and do. There's nothing too specific in it.
Can I say something though?
But
I do think that it's the small things like that that you love about the show because the show itself is well done.
it is.
Like you know what I mean? Like they don't really cut a lot of corn. Like the things that allow you to believe that Conrad is a likable guy or that this story is worth telling even for dudes out there, even though most of the fan base are girls.
Yeah.
It's easy to be like, yeah, Conrad's hot and we love him and we love Chris Brainey and like, oh, Jeremiah is cute. Like, and that could be a reason that girls like the show. But I think that from the male perspective, like you can root for these characters because of the small nuances of like, oh, look, he's a dude. He's packing for his trip and he is listening to baseball on the radio. Like there's something about baseball on the radio that gets Casey going.
Love baseball on the radio.
He's
Dude.
like you pretty much were like, Conrad, man, that's my guy.
Yeah.
That's like my dude. So
So
anyway.
in the game, I'm not that anyone cares about this. In the game, it says such and such played all 3 games against Cal Poly.
California Polytechnical
California
Institute.
Polytechnic. Stanford hasn't played Cal Poly in the last few years, so I'm like, it isn't a Stanford game. I looked up Cal Poly's schedule. I'm like, who have they played? Da, 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 da. There's nothing that matches up completely. That's why I think it's a like written.
But it's even more special to be like, okay,
Yeah,
what is Conrad
right.
listening to?
What fact? And it's like it's all West Coast stuff. I can't remember the name. It's like San Luis Obispo or something.
I
Like they
know.
mentioned where the guy is playing from,
I
and
know.
Cal Poly
There's
says that way.
there's also like if you're trying to pick a guy for Casey to root for, it's like Casey is rooting for the kid who is listening to sports talk on the radio, not the guy who is looking up culinary recipes.
Listen, Conrad can make grilled chicken too. Okay.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
so listen.
There's a minimalist to him that you love.
Sure. I mean,
Anyway.
yes.
Okay.
I dream of
And then I wrote
minimalism.
and then I wrote in big, big letters, yay, Agnes. So Agnes shows back up. And what I love about the scene is that now Conrad is actually openly talking to Agnes about Belly. Agnes knows that she's in Paris. Agnes knows that she finally wrote him back. Agnes knows that he's been writing her letters.
Doctor, whatever you call it, did come back.
Oh yeah, Dr.
He's back in the program. Just
Yeah.
saying.
Well, she said, what did she say? She's like, I can't believe you got invited to the Brussels
Conference.
conference.
And somebody in our live chat or YouTube chat or something mentioned like, oh, maybe Conrad goes on like a trip
Yeah,
for school. So whoever said that,
there you go.
smarty pants.
Smarty pants. So they're openly talking about Belly. And I love that Agnes is still doing her Agnes thing where she's like calling him on his shit. And she's like, huh, Brussels, a very small Belgian town that's only a hour and a half train ride from Paris. Weird. And he goes, subtle. But he says subtle, but then he's like begging for advice from her. It's so cute and so funny. So then she's like, "Let me see the postcard." She's like, "If you don't go, you'll regret it."
You keep it in your wallet, you psycho?
Let me see it. And he takes it out. He sighs and he takes it out. He unfolds it. She's like, "You keep, oh my God, you keep it in your wallet?" He's like, "Shut up." And then she reads it and she does the Agnes. She does this earlier when she's like telling him she got into the program, but doesn't say that he got into the program too.
Yeah.
And he's like, "I hate you." So she does a thing where she's like, "This is all she wrote?" And he's like, "Yeah."
But
Like,
no, I mean she's being serious, but like
but then she's kind of like, she gives him a pass and she's like, "You gotta go. Like, if you don't go, you will regret it." And she's like, "Well, if you go, you might also, you'll regret it if you don't go." And she's like, "Well, there's a part that you might regret it if you do go." And then, and then he's like, "Is this supposed to be helpful?" She's like, "No." But then she does end up giving him the advice. She hands it back to him and she says, "Doctor, help thyself." As in, like, you gotta take a swing here, dude. Like, you gotta just go do it for yourself. And that's all that is really needed to be said. As that's happening, the perfect beat drop. The perfect beat drop for how this episode ends is Harry Styles.
yeah.
Yeah.
How's it go? Oh, the last song or some shit.
No,
This is the last show.
yeah. The Sign of the Times is the name of the
Oh.
song. But Stop Your
Stop
Crying
your
is a sign,
crying.
it's a sign of the times. This is
Welcome
final
to the
final show. That, I mean, perfect. Welcome to the final show as Belly is in that cute outfit, the khaki outfit with the red stripes where she's walking down the stone streets in Paris and she's looking around and at the same exact time she's doing that, Conrad is at the airport. He is changing his flight to Paris. "Sir, that'll be an extra $437. Would you like to do it?" That's his final out. Like, they put that in there because like that is somebody asking like, "Okay, do you really want to do this?" And he does not move, he does not flinch. He says, "Yeah, I'm doing it." And then we see him like sitting like a little statue in the middle of the plane on this international flight. He's not sleeping a wink. He's just like sitting there waiting to get to Paris. And while that's happening, Belly is at the salon. She's chopping her hair off just like she does in the book. And she says, "I'm ready for something different this summer."
Dang.
People are saying that she's ready for something different. And they're like, "Different is not Conrad because she was with him last summer." I'm like, guys, different is different from
Internally, I would say.
internally and this year in Paris.
Like Conrad and Belly in Paris is way different than everything else.
Or long distance is way different, right? Or him being in Brussels and her being in Paris. Like, they're an hour and a half train ride away, but I think they will date. Like, I think that they will date back and forth
Aw.
for as long as he's in Brussels.
Who won the episode?
Belly.
I would agree with that.
I think it's got to be Belly. Because she started off so like sad and then she had some conviction to like stay there and push through and make it work. And I think it's Belly for
Okay,
sure.
I'll buy that. I'm gonna see what
I would say Conrad as well.
oh damn.
I would say Jer as well. Hey, it might
What?
be the first episode where
Everyone wins.
you could find a reason that Jer, Belly, and Conrad all win, and those are the three most important characters.
They did not love the episode as much as we
We
did.
did. That's
But that's expected. People are being very harsh right now. I think it's more of like people are just sad it's ending, so they're taking it out. That's how I feel.
yeah.
People are sad that it's ending, so they're taking it out on
I said this, but it was a great episode because all the domino pieces are laid and we may know what the end game is, but we don't know how it's going to happen. We may know a little glimpse of what the future for Jeremiah, Steven, Taylor, Denise, Adam, Laurel, John, like we have an idea of what the setup is and where it could go, but I'm willing to be surprised by how it happens. And I'm just so excited.
Yeah, I bet so as Bonrad ends in episode 11 and people get some more time to rewatch through, episode 10 will grow on people because it's like the one before
Yeah,
it sets up them getting back together and people will be fine. But
for sure.
right now it's only a 7.3.
Yeah.
Last episode is a 5.9, which is the lowest rated
Oh my
ever.
gosh.
Um,
Stop it. It was great. Anyway,
anyway,
wait. Who lost the episode? If you had to pick a loser, John because of his heartburn.
stop. I will say everyone's in a pretty good spot right now.
I think so too.
But
Benito.
that was my first thought. Uh,
I mean, I think Benito wins part of the episode, but he loses because, you know,
yeah, let's go with
because
that.
he's receiving care packages or he's delivering care packages to Belly from Conrad.
Yeah, I'll go Steven.
Steven,
Steven
yeah,
as the loser of the episode
yeah.
because they're
He currently doesn't have a job.
yeah, currently doesn't have a job. His thing is not financed yet. Him and Conrad are still on the rocks.
Oh, okay. Fair.
So
All right,
say that.
Steven loses the episode. And this episode was also directed by Jesse Pretz. So they kept him on for two, and I think he's gonna have the finale as well.
Look at the beautiful sun shining on our podcast now.
I know. We finally got the light
The
that we
sun
need and
is
deserve.
up. It's beautiful. We gotta go. We're gonna get this baby edited and out to you guys right away. The music will be back. Can't wait for that. At Better with Glasses Pod on Instagram. At Better with Glasses Pod at gmail.com. Longer form questions, comments, concerns. Thank you so much for listening to the show. If you love it, leave a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Those are the or any other one. Um, Patreon pretties. Love you guys. Love everyone who's listening to the show. We got one episode left, but we ain't going nowhere. So, we'll
Yeah.
be around.
Yeah, there is plenty of content. We already have an entire running list of ideas to carry us through. We're going to come up with some cool, unique ways to keep the podcast going. It will always be TSITP themed wherever it can be and TSITP adjacent.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's a lot of sadness
We're not
about,
going to be doing any like car reviews or anything anytime soon.
as in reviewing actual cars.
Yeah, like we're not going to like completely pivot and
Oh,
say
yeah, yeah, yeah.
random things.
Right, right, right. So, open for just suggestions, but I know there's a little bit of like bittersweetness to the fact that the finale is next week and the show is ending, and I feel that too. But and there's a little bit of sense of sadness. Some people have reached out about Better with Glasses, and what the future will look like. We don't know, but we're excited.
What does Belly say?
The future may be unclear, but it's still mine. Something
There we
like
go. That's our answer right now.
something like that in season two. So, thanks everyone for listening, and we'll see you next time.